Hey, how you doing, friends? I hope you're having a great week so far, and I hope your first at-home lesson for family formation went well. So this week, coming week, we'll be moving on to our next session, which will be the blue one, which will be focusing on the Liturgy of the Eucharist, which is the second major part of Mass after the Liturgy of the Word. In this week's lesson, we'll also basically continue using our My Holy Mass book that you started using last week. And I encourage you, bring them to Mass if you'd like, if that's what works for your family. If you have something else that you do, that's totally fine also. But the kids can use them in Mass and kind of answer the questions and think about what goes on there. Now, as remember, the first part up here is the background information, so just read this at your leisure. And I would encourage you, though, to just take a few moments, maybe 10 minutes before you plan on doing this with your children, and read the lesson first. This lesson is actually very simple and straightforward. There's not a ton of activities that go with it, and it's just a review of the parts of the Liturgy of the Eucharist. So you'll start right here at the lesson, and you can read through this with your kiddos and talk about each of the various aspects of the Liturgy of the Eucharist using the My Holy Mass book as a reference that you can point back to as well. So just as you go through, you kind of just read through it for this one. There's not a ton of activity things you will do, and you take your quiz afterwards to kind of review the information. But I will make sure that one of the key points we want our children to know is that the Mass is the highest form of prayer, and the Eucharistic prayer, the part of the Mass when we're kneeling while Father is saying an extended prayer and thanksgiving to the Lord, that is the highest point of the Mass, and it is during that Eucharistic prayer, during the moment when Father takes the bread and he takes the chalice of wine, he leans in, he says the words that Jesus said at the Last Supper. These are called the words, the institution narrative, and when he says, "Take this and do this in memory of me. This is my blood. This is my body." That is the moment when that transubstantiation occurs, when the bread and the wine become truly the body and blood of our Lord Jesus Christ. Literally a miracle happens in front of us every single opportunity we go to Mass. So just capturing that majesty of what we celebrate and get a chance to partake in is what we want to get our kiddos to understand and to appreciate. I'm looking forward to talking to you guys again in a few weeks. We have our in-person session, and please check out more of the emails about special events we have coming up. If you have any questions, let us know. Thanks and God bless.